Hi guys! Welcome to Plant Care Tips channel. In this video, I will share with you the tips of String of Hearts plant care. Also known as String of Hearts or Rosary Vine, this plant is one of my absolute favorite houseplants. Its dainty little silvery green hearts make it a very special plant for those who own one. This is my Ceropegia Woodii. This one-of-a-kind trailing plant stands out through its delicate stems with heart-shaped leaves. It is the perfect choice for a beginner as it requires little watering to grow, and it does need a huge pot to grow since the better part of it is out there hanging. It can spread to as far as 2 meters on the lower end and to 4 meters maximum. The leaves can take on a shade of green depending on the amount of light available. Under sufficient light exposure, they are deep green and turn pale in low light conditions. Your sweetheart vine will be happy if you are growing it in a hanging basket. The String of Hearts is a light lover and likes to receive plenty of it. So be sure to have it as exposed as possible. Place it in areas where it can receive bright but dappled, filtered light, ideally close to a southern or western-facing window. You can keep your String of Hearts in direct sunlight but not for a long time. Do not leave it the entire day. Like this, you can see your plant at its best color and with plenty of fresh and healthy leaves. It is important to rotate the plant as well from time to time. This way you will ensure that all sides of your String of Hearts will get a balanced amount of sunlight and have an even color. As a semi-succulent plant, the String of Hearts is more drought tolerant than other plants. Not only is it tolerant to drought, but it also enjoys periods of drought between waterings. As such, it accepts dry soil better than wet soil, and you should water it rarely. Nevertheless, it does like more frequent watering than many other succulent species. Before deciding to give your plant a generous drink, always be sure to listen its needs upon receiving it. Check first the moisture level of the soil with your finger and see whether it's moist right beneath the surface level. If it is, you do not need to water it. When the soil appears to be considerably dry, only then your plant is ready for a drink. Let the soil dry in between waterings and then provide a deep watering. What's so interesting about your String of Hearts is that one time a year it goes into dormancy, even indoors. Hence, you want to prepare your plant before and make her comfortable for that. In the winter months, before the dormancy period, it's best to allow the soil to dry completely through the pot and not water it pretty often. The String of Hearts succulent should be repotted once every 2 or more years. Choose a slightly larger pot than your plant to allow for better growth. Before repotting, be sure to cut off any dry or sickly roots so that your succulent has a fresh start in its new home. After repotting, cut back on the watering a little bit to allow the plant to settle in better. Too much water before the roots have caught on may end up inviting rot. The best time to repot is during the summer and spring when growth starts back up. Now let's answer frequently asked questions for String of Hearts plant. How do I make my String of Hearts fuller? You may want your String of Hearts to be a bit bushier, but you don't want to harm it. Well, the best trick is pruning. Even though this process is only necessary when the succulent has become leggy and the leaves have started to lose their bright color, it can help you achieve the perfect full aspect you want for your lovely plant. Cut 1 or more vines from the plant using a clean, sharp knife or a pair of scissors. Make sure to cut it right under one of the nodes along with the stem of any length you prefer. Allow it first to grow roots in water before putting the cuttings back in the soil for an instant fuller String of Hearts. Why is my String of Hearts turning yellow? If your String of Hearts is turning yellow, it's probably trying to tell you that you didn't water it properly. Overwatering is the main cause of yellow leaves, and this problem is also often accompanied by your plant losing leaves. String of Hearts plants hate sitting in soggy soil more than anything, and it can quite quickly cause a number of issues. When it gets too much water, it is unable to take up nutrients, and as a result the vines will often fall out of the pot. Soaked soil also gives off quite a damp and musty smell, so get up close to your plants from time to time to check for any smells. Solution: don't let the soil dry out naturally. Instead, replace it straight away to prevent any further yellow leaves from developing on your plant, and the roots can start to recover and healthy growth should resume soon. Make sure to use a high-quality well-draining potting mix and prune away all of the yellow leaves. This will help your plant recover quicker. To prevent any more yellow leaves, regulate your watering and always check that the top of the soil is dry before giving your string of hearts any more water. Seasonal watering schedule is also beneficial. During the growth period of spring and summer, your string of hearts will require water about every 2 to 3 weeks. However, in winter months, once every month or two is enough.